He guides his team to victory, a scene unseen. Chaos, a name so bold. His legend grows, a story untold.
Probably would help best if I'm completely unmuted. So, ladies and gentlemen, during this portion of the interview, I will not be looking at any of the things that are currently going on screen and such. And so, if I do miss something, please go ahead, let Kate know. If I'm messing up anything, please let me know as well. That said, Sir Deco, do you want to just give us a couple things to make sure that they can hear?
Hello,
All right,
everybody. I'm Third Ego.
there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear him well? Do I need to turn him up a little bit? Couple more times, Deeks.
Hello. What's up,
There
Doc?
we go.
Smoking Python. Hello, everybody.
Smoke that Python, smoke that Python. All right. It looks to me like we're looking pretty darn. Turn up just a little bit. Okay, I'll turn him up just a little bit. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes. All right, there we go. We got them all up there. Let's start on off with this. So I guess, Sir Deco, for those of them who don't know you, who are you and what do you do?
Well, I am Sir Deco. I'm from Ohio. I've pretty much been gaming all my life. I'm 30 years old. I'll be 31 this year. I'm a CNC machinist. And I'm pretty open to a lot of things. I like basketball. I like being outdoors. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Very nice. And what do you normally stream, by the way?
I normally stream like the single player story games, like Souls games, any kind of RPG games, really. But I'm open to a lot of games, multiplayer games. Dead by Daylight. I've been playing a lot of Rematch lately. Yeah, pretty much open to a lot of games, really.
Now, Sir Deeks, for those of us who know you, we know that you are the connoisseur of late night streaming. So help me out. Why that particular time?
Well, based on my current job right now, I work second shift, so I work until about 2 a.m. EST. And before I start streaming, I would normally just come home from work and I would just play the game anyway. So when I got into streaming, I just decided like, hey, I'm just gonna stream after work. So the time just kind of fit for me based on my work schedule, really.
Okay. Well, I actually want to go back a second because you were saying how you decided to get into gaming, or excuse me,
Mhm,
into streaming particularly.
mhm.
And how did that switch happen from gaming to I want to go and be potentially judged by everyone on the internet?
Well, yeah, I always considered streaming. I just never really had that push, or I never really been around the people that were streaming, like the like-minded individuals. So last year, around like maybe a month ago or so, I was just playing a game. As a game called No More Room in Hell 2. It was like a free weekend going on, and that's where I met Tech the God. Just in a random lobby with him, and there was like just some crazy people in the lobby talking crazy, and me and him we were in the same party, and we were just talking crazy back to
I
these
was gonna
people.
say, you guys weren't the craziest in the room.
Nah, no, it wasn't us. It was definitely the other people, but we ended up chatting it up after the game, and we kept playing, and he introduced me to streaming, and that's pretty much how the story played out.
So help me out on this. You basically find tech. He invites you to start streaming and stuff. And did you have this gear already on hand? Did you kind of cobble things together? What happened there?
Well, I already had my PC, so I used to be a console gamer, but then a couple of my IRL buddies, they got PCs, so I ended up getting a PC to play games with them. So I was already gaming on a PC, but then when I started streaming, I had to get my camera. And other than my camera, like I had a regular, like not this headset, but just a regular headset with a mic. And so I was just streaming off a camera and my mic, and here we are now. Now I got a little professional mic, so
Glows
making
in the
improvements
dark,
as we
even, dude.
go.
I feel ashamed of mine. Now, mine doesn't glow in the dark at all. He's a phony streamer.
No, I mean I used to have the little mic headset, and ever since I switched over to this one, like I feel like my voice has been so much more clean now.
Dude, you always have the golden voice. I could listen to that for days.
Hey, appreciate
You're
it.
so welcome. So, were you always a face cam streamer as well? or was this kind of something that gradually came?
Yeah, when I first started streaming, like I didn't start streaming until I got the camera because I just felt like, a lot of people when they see streamers, they want to see a face because they want to see facial expressions, see your reaction to things. Like it's just more interactive. I feel like it. So I just always streamed with the camera.
And so you've been doing this for about a year now.
Hmm.
Has the family taken it well? Was there a little bit of judgment when you started? Were they very much, we got you on this?
My family, they weren't like they didn't really they still don't even know what streaming is. Like they don't understand the concept of like playing games online in front of people. So they're not like too into it, but yeah, they're supportive of me doing what I like to do. Like my family has always known that I like playing games. So me playing games and like meeting people online and getting support from streaming, like they support that.
Heck yeah, I love to hear that. Even if they
Hmm.
don't understand, they got you.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Now, help me out too, because you've been doing this for about a year. From when you started to now, what's probably been the biggest thing that has surprised you?
Honestly, just my individual growth streaming. Like when I didn't expect like this much growth. I didn't expect to have this much fun and meet as many amazing people that I have since I started streaming. I thought it was just gonna be something very casual. Just have a couple people here and there. But surprisingly, it's gone very well. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I'm excited to keep things going. Really.
And are there any big plans that you have that you want to get to, or is this more of just kind of roll and see where it goes?
Yeah, yeah. For me, it's kind of just roll and see how things are gonna keep going, really. Like again, I had zero expectations coming into this, so everything that has happened so far has just been, you know, mind blowing and just great. So, and I'm really appreciative of all the people that I met and just the opportunity to be doing what I like and streaming games online.
So, my apologies, I got distracted there for a second.
No, you
Um, was there a big point where you felt like there was a turning point where you felt that streaming was successful for you?
good. I would say really just in the beginning, like when I just started getting, followers and just support people coming in at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like I didn't think like, oh wow, like me streaming at 3 in the morning, like nobody's gonna be up. But then again, I realized that Twitch is huge, the world is huge. There's people from all different time zones. Like there's it doesn't matter what time you stream, just do it at the times that you want and the people will find you, really.
And how often do you get surprised by viewers? Like, is it mostly lurking? Is it people being like, it's 3 a.m. and I can't sleep? Deeks, we got you.
I mean, I think I'd say I get surprised like pretty much every stream, really. Like just anytime I hit go live and people show up and just keep me company, make me laugh, like it's always a good time, really. So
Absolutely. Well, that's basically like, I'm very excited to see where you're taking this so far.
mm,
And I just am very curious. Are you going to consider making like changing the time? Are you going to continue with the late night streams and such? Or
well, as of right now, I'm probably just gonna keep doing the late night things unless something as far as my job changes. If I get a new job and the hours change, then perhaps then my schedule will change. But as of right now, I'll probably just keep doing what's best for me because when I work and then come home, like I'm still in that work mode. I'm still like active, still up. So it's just easy for me to just come home and stream versus if let's say got a morning job and I got off like early evening or something, and I'd probably still do the same thing to stream after work or something. Because right as of right now, I don't really stream on the weekends. Because on the weekends, I just kind of like to hang out and enjoy everybody else's streams, especially the people that I don't get to catch while I'm at work. So
I mean, you touch on something very important, which is just finding that time to yourself where you're
mhm,
still catching up with people and such, but not being on stream. Do you find
yeah.
it kind of hard to separate that, or is it just you've got that when you need it?
Yeah, no, I don't find it too hard because it's just on the weekends, like it's just I would much rather enjoy meeting people and interacting with people than just going live like when I like because on the weekends I just like to hang out and chill. I don't like because I'm not at work, so if I'm not in that mood, then I'm already relaxed, so I'm not trying to do too much.
I get you. Do
Yeah.
you do a lot of talking and stuff when you're at work? Because whenever I see you on stream, you're very chill, you're having a good time. I'm just like, is this carrying over from work or is this Deeks in his natural habitat?
Well, at work, no, I don't do too much talking at work because I work for a small company and I only work with like 3 people. And we're all like kind of separated, doing our own things at our own machines and such. So I kind of just hang out to myself, and then when I come home, like the interaction just kind of happens because people show up and they chat, you know. So it's
So
kind
you're
of like that.
I'm going to put some words in your mouth. Feel free to say nah, chaos. You're so starved for actual attention from work. You get home and you're like, social interaction.
Kind of, but I just find it easy to talk to people. Me personally, like I enjoy interacting with people and getting to know people because that's just kind of who I am. Like I like to read people's energies and their vibes and kind of go off based off what they give me. So at work, it's like that I don't get too much energy because we're all separated doing our
Yeah.
own thing. So like when I come on live, like different people give me different energy. So that's just how I go.
So every stream is going to be different than for you.
Hmm. Yeah.
Man,
Just depending on the interactions I get while I'm live.
dude, I love that though. Because it's
Mm.
true though. Every time you have someone pop in, like there are some people who are just when they come in, they make a splash. I think of Panda when he comes in,
Yeah. Yeah.
everyone knows.
Panda, Ripos, Mind Warp. It's all love.
And at the same time, it's nice to have those like nice relaxed streams
Hmm.
where what's the best way to describe it? When you just have those nice mellow nights where
Yeah. Yep.
everything's just it's like the cool side of the other pillow.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So I'm kind of curious though, Deeks. Do you prefer having that huge variety, or do you kind of like it when you have that consistency?
The variety of like people coming in.
Yeah, just having the change on the stream versus more of this is a more lurker based, so we get to have a more mellow and such. Which one's kind of easier, and which one do you prefer?
I'd say like I think the variety is nice because that way, you never know what to expect. And I guess when you have expectations and then those expectations don't meet or they don't happen, then you might feel some type of way. So again, I just try to have zero expectations when I go live because in that
Okay,
way, when anything happens, like I'm appreciative of it.
absolutely.
Mhm.
So I know you're mostly a night streamer, but I assume you've also done some day streaming and such, correct?
Yeah, sometimes on the weekends, if I'm up for it, then I'll just go ahead and do it. Sometimes, like some games, I won't play unless I go live. So like I'll just like, all right, I want to play this game, so I'm just gonna go live, share this experience with this game with those who want to watch. And then sometimes I'll co-stream with people on the weekends, especially if they ask, they want to hang out, then I'll just go live with them. Just really just depends on the vibe and how I'm feeling on the weekends.
I gotcha. What would you say is probably the biggest difference that you've not seen, if any, between a night stream and a day stream?
I think during the day, it's more like since there's a lot of people that I know that stream during the day, like this, it's a lot more people online during the day versus at night. Because that when I go live at night, all the people that I know are asleep. So, or all of the streamers that I normally watch, they're asleep. So like at night, I kind of feel like it's just me. So versus on the weekends, everybody's streaming on the weekends or during the day or something. So that's like my opportunity to just go hang out with those people.
Absolutely. And I love that because instead of being like, I'm doing this, you're just like, I finally have a chance to hang out.
Yeah, yep, exactly. Mhm.
Oh, man. Well, I'm kind of curious about this too, Deeks, because I know that typically during day streams and stuff, I see a lot more trolls and such. Is that something you're going to see at night? And if so, how do you handle that?
Honestly, I haven't had too many trolls. Like as far as like trolls were like, get them out of here, mods, back them up. I haven't had too many of those. Like the only trolls that I've really had, have experience where like people coming in and like talking about like the graphics or something on the game, like, oh, go to your settings and do this and do that. And I'm
Oh,
like,
the backseat gaming, of course.
yeah, yeah. But it's like
Have
they're
you
not even like
considered
talking.
getting good?
Yeah, yeah. But it's like they're not even talking about the game. They're talking about like turning off some weird setting that I've never touched in my life in this setting. And I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna
Okay,
keep
so you
like,
don't even engage in it. You're just like,
mm-mm.
cool, find another stream.
Yeah, yeah. Like they tell me I should do this. Well, okay, I'll think about it. And then I've already thought about it and I just keep doing it. Keep doing my thing.
Honestly, though, I love that. It's just the whole thing of like, you want conflict? Cool. Enjoy your conflict. I'm good.
Yeah, yeah, essentially, yeah. But other than
It,
that, I've never had to like too crazy of like trolls come in and try to troll. I mean, you could try to troll me. That's how I feel. You can try. Good luck with that.
internet, you've heard him. It's an official application.
Challenge accepted.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I would say though, like it seems like just everything you have a very just very happy attitude, very optimistic, and just is that something you've always had? Or is this something that you kind of had to gain over the years and such, especially in streaming?
No, I'd say I always try to have an optimistic mindset. Just to look forward in things and just to go into things with a happy attitude. Anytime you go into any kind of experience, not even just streaming, like if you have a positive mindset, like the results will be positive.
Absolutely. So in the year that you've been streaming, what would you say has been some of your biggest challenges as well?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I only
Mm.
ask the bad ones. Then I get the one that I fade into the darkness.
The biggest challenges, I would probably say, like, for me, it's probably just remaining consistent as far as always streaming, like, after work. Because I know last year around like the holidays, I got pretty sick, and I used to just stick to my 4 days, like, because I work 4 days, I would just stick to my 4 days. But then around the holidays, I got pretty sick, so I didn't stream as much. And lately, I've been trying to get back into the 4 days.
Okay.
And I haven't been streaming the 4 days, but I've been a little more consistent than I have been since those holidays. But other than that, I'd probably say it's definitely remaining consistent with showing up. They call me the late night king, so I gotta show up on a late night. You can't be the king, you ain't showing up.
Quote that right there. You can't be king if you ain't showing up.
Mm,
Now, Deagle, I want to ask you because you asked for the title to be named. You will never know unless you try.
mhm.
Like, why that specific title?
It's like just with anything in life, you miss all the shots that you don't take. You always gotta if you want something, you gotta go get it. You'll never know unless you take the chance to find out.
And what are some of the shots that you have missed or that you've gotten because you didn't
I
go ahead
guess
and take it?
I guess I would say streaming really, because like again, I have always considered streaming. Like even like for years, I'd always consider like, oh, I should do streaming. I should because I play games anyway. Might as well just start streaming. And for a long time, I just never did it. And for the most part, I would say it's just not having those people around you, that the like-mindedness of the individuals around you. Like the couple people that I used to hang out with, they were gamers, but they weren't streamers. So they never really considered streaming or just kind of pushed me to start streaming. And then when I came to Twitch and started streaming, when I met Tech, like he just kind of put me in that bubble, and that's what kind of got me into it.
So it was more about surrounding yourself with the like-minded people that
Mhm.
really got you excited into streaming that.
Yep, surrounding yourself with the people who are in the position that you want to be in.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Now, I kind of want to go back to a second because you were talking about the schedule. What else? What does the schedule specifically help you with?
What does the schedule help me with? I
Or I
guess
guess what
this.
have you found successes with because of that?
I think just the schedule has just helped me remain consistent. And when I first started streaming, I was just very consistent, and I seen a lot of growth with that. People just expect me to be there at 3 a.m. So when I show up at 3 a.m. at these times, like the growth is there. People are like, oh, he's on at 3, like there he is.
Okay. And so you don't struggle with keeping to a schedule, or you just once you have it, you're good.
Yeah, yeah. Once I get in that mood of just after work just going live, because like I said, I'm gonna be playing the game anyway, so might as well just hit the live button and have fun while I'm doing it. Talk to people. Like that's probably the best part for me is literally just hanging out with people, being interactive. Like that's it's I find more joy in that than just sitting here by myself and just gaming to myself. Like I remember when I first started streaming, it was very hard for me to read the chat. Like
Yeah.
I would just be sitting here gaming and I would never look at the chat. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta start talking. I forgot about that. But
So you'd
now
actually
like
forget you were streaming.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I would totally forget that I'm live. Like, oh, I gotta look over here. I forgot people are talking to me, and then just having that interaction, like I said earlier, like I enjoy being interacting with people and talking to them. So when people come in, whether they're interested in the game or they just want to talk to me, like I I enjoy that a lot. I just enjoy interacting with people.
I'm very curious on this now because I know for myself, I struggled a lot with looking and keeping track of chat. Excuse me. Is that something that you physically had to be like every 5 minutes? I need to look over here, or what were the strategies that you found there that really helped you respond to chat well?
I think just over time, like the more I started streaming, like I just got used to looking over and interacting with the chat because it probably took me quite some time to like get used to responding to people, like especially because I like to play the story games. Like the story games are real, in my opinion, they're easy to interact with the chat because you can pause the game, or you can just
Yeah,
look over. You could just be idle real quick and look over like stuff like that. So versus like the multiplayer games, you kind of like it's kind of tough to do that. You can't like especially in DVD when you're getting chased, you can't loop the killer and then look over at the chat and try to talk.
you can't pause to go ahead and wait for the pallet. That's true.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Same with like the Souls game. I mean, I've gotten a lot better playing the Souls games because a lot of those games you also can't pause.
Yeah.
But depending on the game, like I I can like wait for an opportunity to look real quick and then come back to the boss.
See, when I look away, usually I'm already dead. I'm on to the next stage.
Yeah, that too. That's usually that's when I die. That's when I take a good 5 minutes to catch up.
So I'm very curious though, too. When you get frustrated about the game, do you just remember it's a game? Do you go and get pissed? Like, how do you respond to that?
I don't really get too frustrated with the game, like ever really. Like it takes a lot to frustrate me, especially with a game, because at the end of the day, I know that's not real, and I'm just trying to have fun with it.
Oh,
So
yeah,
yeah, I don't
Deeks.
get too frustrated.
The eternal optimist, always right.
You might as well keep a level head. When you keep a level head, then you have fun with the games too.
Absolutely. Well, Deeks, I'm very like, if you could go back to yourself, or if you were speaking to people who wanted to look at streaming late at night, or just people streaming new, what advice would you have for them or for yourself?
For anybody looking to stream, I mean, just like the title says, just go for it. Just give it a try, see what happens. You never know unless you try. If you're thinking about doing something, whether it's streaming or anything in life, you always give it a chance. Always give it a shot. It doesn't hurt to try, and you never know. Like I said, I had zero expectations coming into streaming, and it's been a positive impact on my life thus far. Streaming, meeting all these great people, all these opportunities. Like there's a lot of my friends that they're streamers, but they're also doing other things like social media stuff. Like I've been lately trying to get into not clip farming, but like going back and watching my VODs and trying to find videos and like clips to make for other social media. And I'm not too big on social media. I haven't been too big on social media. So like having those friends around me who are like it's kind of like another influence. Again, like when I met Tech, he was a streamer, so he put me in that bubble. So it's the same situation now when I have friends who are in that bubble of making content for other social media platforms, like it's kind of influencing me to want to do that as well.
I mean, it really sounds like tech was a very big, was huge in helping you
Yeah.
guide you to where you are now.
Yeah, he put me onto a lot, really. Like I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be on Twitch if I didn't play that free game that one weekend, and I just so happened to get in that one lobby with him. Like I would not be. I might have eventually came to Twitch, but it was just a great moment. Perfect timing. He put me on the pizza party, meeting all these other great places, all these other discords. Like I wouldn't have met all the friends that I have now if I didn't meet Tech.
Absolutely. It's crazy how sometimes just being in the right spot at the right time, like you were talking about the opportunities that have come from that.
Yeah.
And what are some of the opportunities that you've gotten from that you could have never imagined?
Opportunities from like meeting him.
No, and just in general, like that you've gotten from streaming or from Tech himself, from meeting him as well.
I mean, I guess I'd say just opportunities as far as streaming and being more interactive on social media and I was kind of like a hermit before I started streaming. Like I kind of just stuck to myself. I didn't really do too much. I wasn't on social media at all. So like streaming has definitely put myself back out there in the world and I've given my chance to meet new people and have new opportunities, I'd say.
Okay. See, I love that because it sounds like streaming really pulled you out of your shell.
Yeah, it did.
And what do you do with this newfound streamer confidence?
I guess we just keep going, really. We just see how things play out. Just keep the ball rolling, keep trying to find ways to improve the stream and even off stream, try to improve ways of my everyday life. Um I do other things outside of streaming. Like I'm into like forex trading, and then I'm like my job. I have a pretty good job, so like when I go into my job, like I try to find new ways to improve at my job as well. So it's like I would say streaming has like definitely put me out there to want to explore more options, not just streaming, just in life in general.
Do you find it easier to talk to people now?
Well, I wouldn't say I find it easier because again, I've always felt like it was pretty easy for me to talk to people, but yeah, I guess it definitely has helped because like you meet all kinds of people and some people, uh, you just gotta approach them the right way. You might say a joke to somebody that doesn't like the joke, and the next person might like the joke. So it teaches me new ways of interacting with people and getting to know people, like filling them out.
I get that. Do you feel
hmm
like it's brought out more humor for yourself, or do you feel like you're still just the laid back geeks that's always been?
I think it just really just depends on the person. Like for the most part, like if it's just me by myself, I'm pretty laid back. But like depending on who the person is, like I can definitely try to match their energy for the most part. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Deeks, is there anything else you'd like to go ahead and talk about and bring up before we switch it over to our Q&A session?
Mm, I don't know. I don't think so.
All
No.
right. Well,
I'm
if there is
ready.
something you want to, where you want a platform to talk about, feel free to go and take it there. Let me go and bring this on over to
Okay.
our Q&A session here. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you do have a question here, please go ahead and post. I am looking over here at the questions in Deco. If you see a comment or a question you want to reply to, feel free to go and reply as well. If you
Okay.
had unlimited budget for one stream, what would you do? And that's questions from Mindboard.
If I had an unlimited budget for one stream, I'd probably like do an IRL stream like across the world somewhere. Like go to like places I've never been, like Japan, like Africa, like Australia. I'd probably just go across the world and just literally document what I'm doing, like
So
meeting
you
all
go on a
these places.
worldwide tour.
Yeah.
Would you
Just
be
explore the
eating
world.
foods? Would you be
Everything. I'd
swimming
be
with sharks?
everything. Deep sea diving. I don't know if I skydive, but I'd be eating all the good food, going to see all like the world is big and there's so much to see. So I would definitely want to do that and like share my experience with other people and let other people know like, hey, this is here. Go out there and go see it.
And so, well, let me pause for a second. So you want to get out there and you see everything. And you also are like everyone else, get your ass out there too.
Yeah, yeah. The world is way too big to just stay in a bubble, you know.
Absolutely. Just checking here. Oh, do you find yourself viewing everyday life experiences as potential content rather than just living them? Thank you for the question, Azzy.
Can you repeat that? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So, do you see everyday life experiences as content now, or is it something that you live through?
Uh, I'd probably see it as like something that I lived through. I don't see every experience as content because, again, like I haven't been too big on making content until I started streaming, and then again, like meeting the friends that I have met, like they're more so pushing for content. So I'm trying to get into making content outside of streaming. So I'd say those experiences, like I just kind of witnessed them for myself, and then hope for the best later on.
Okay. How long have you been doing content now, by the way, Nico?
I literally posted my first video like this Saturday.
Dude,
So like my
congratulations.
my first video on YouTube, and that was I used to make YouTube videos before I started streaming. I used to like
Okay.
record myself playing games. Well, I didn't have a camera then, but I used to just play and record myself playing. And then I found Twitch to be easier because
Okay.
instead of recording myself playing the game and then posting it, I could just go live and play the game. It's like the same thing, but it was I found it so much easier.
Absolutely.
So like
And oh, please,
oh my
after you.
bad.
No,
Yeah,
after
so
you.
like now that I've been like streaming for some time, like and again like having that influence around me with my friends doing the same thing, like it makes me want to push content elsewhere.
See, I feel that streaming on the Red app, or I guess putting stuff on the Red app, is so different than streaming
Mhm.
here on the Purple app.
Yeah. Yeah, like, cause I again, like since I'm like such a mellow person, like very chill, like when I think of like content on social media, I just think of some crazy stuff, like people doing crazy stuff, being super hyper and all that. So like I'm trying to like figure out how to do that with my own.
Did you ever try to change yourself, or have you always been Mr. Mellow?
I'd probably say I've always been Mr. Mellow, yeah.
Okay. See, I love that self confidence that comes out of that
Mhm.
because I know I've definitely gone through some phases of change and such. All right, here you go. Question from Mindwarp. What's something people always assume about you that's wrong?
I think people always assume that I'm shy and I'm quiet, but I'm not because I'm not shy and I'm not quiet. I just like to observe and figure out like how I should interact with people. I don't like to speak first. I like to absorb what people are giving me and then, apply what they've given me. So like again, I'm not really a quiet person and I'm not too shy. Like I'm very like engaging and I'm interested in learning things and learning people. It just takes me a minute to figure out what's going on.
It feels like there's a lot going on upstairs where you're
All the time.
deciding.
Yeah, all the time, chaos.
Do you find that sometimes causes you to miss opportunities, or is it more of just it's how you are and it's just you like the deliberateness of it?
um, perhaps maybe like because I'm so cautious at times, like I may miss opportunities, but then again, I always feel like the opportunities will always present themselves again,
Mm.
and maybe in different forms. If I
I'm
if
sorry,
I
can
meet
you say that one more time, please? Because, guys, if you missed it, that was some damn gold right there. Well, give it to me one more time.
I kind of forgot. I think I
So
said I forgot. Not gonna
you were
lie,
saying
I
that the
forgot.
opportunities, if they're meant for you,
Oh
they
yeah,
come
yeah.
back.
Yeah, yeah. Any opportunity that is meant for you is always going to present itself again. Like, you might meet somebody one day and miss out on that opportunity, but that opportunity will come back in the form of another person or another activity or something.
So
So
then you never have that concern about missing it because, again, what's meant for you comes back.
mhm. Yeah, and then and if I think that I miss an opportunity, the next time that it presents itself, I'll be like, "Oh, okay, I'm ready for it this time because I wasn't ready for it before."
I didn't have that backhand last time, but I got you now, brother.
I got you now, yep.
Okay, as he has a question, how often do you compare yourself to other creators? And what comparison do you wish you could stop making?
It's a good question. I honestly I don't think I compare myself too often to other creators because everybody's different. You know, everybody's gonna do different things. Everybody's gonna just react to things as different ways and just I don't I try not to compare myself because you know comparison is the thief of joy. When you try to compare yourself to people, then you might try to be something that you're not. You know, like for me, like when I'm streaming, I'm like very just chill and mellow. So when I see other streamers turned up and doing crazy things, like let's take Panda for example. Panda is he's very up and very hyper, and you know people love that. And like so, I try not to compare that because that's just not who I am. So if I feel like if I try to become that, then I'm gonna like lose a part of who I am. So I just try to stick to who I am and what I know because there's somebody out here for everybody, you know. Some people might like
Absolutely.
the super hyper turned up energy, but you know, some other people just like the chill mellow energy, you know.
Absolutely. I love the confidence. Like, has this something that you've always had? Was this something you struggled with growing up?
Uh, I'd say growing up, I would say like more so in high school, I was probably a little like less confident. But now that I'm an adult and I've experienced like had all the experiences I've had in my life, I've learned to accept that this is just who I am. You know, like I don't need to like doubt myself. Essentially, you know, just go in like being confident and just doing what you want to do.
Absolutely. One of these days, guys, I'm gonna find confidence. I swear.
We all will.
Um, oh yeah. So my word wants to know what's your biggest content creator pet peeve?
My biggest content creator pet peeve. I don't really know if I have one because there's just so much content out here. Like like s- there's so much things that all kinds of people do. So I think for me it's just like if I see something that I've never seen before, it's like, "Oh wow, you know, that's pretty cool," or maybe I don't like it, then it is what it is, but at the same time that's just me gaining the experience like, "Oh, this is something that's out there." So perhaps I might be able to apply this somehow with my own content, or you know, just the next time I come across a video that's doing the same thing, I might be like, "Oh, I've seen this before," and like maybe get me more into that content.
I've played these games before.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna piggyback a little bit here off of Mind Warp's question. Is
Okay.
there anything that you wish you could change about your own stream or yourself in regards to what you have now?
That's a great question, and that's a difficult question to answer because I think she actually asked me this the other day, and I guess, I guess I don't know. I think maybe I could just be a little more interactive with people and more upbeat, I guess. Cause you know, I guess like sometimes just being like the chill mellow streamer, like it's just too chill sometimes maybe. So I wish I could just be a little more upbeat and actually have like more content to make for myself. Cause like sometimes when I go back and I watch my VODs, like I'm just all right. So if I'm looking at content on other social media, like some people are just doing things and it's just, you know, that's in a span of 5 minutes, they got like 10 clips, you know,
Yeah.
versus me, I'm just kind of chill. So like, I guess in that sense, like I wish I could be more hyper and interactive and more like content friendly in that sense.
See, I almost feel like that's a choice too. And so I always think of it as a flip.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm out here on these interviews, I try to channel my inner Deco, much more calm,
Yeah.
relaxed.
Mhm.
I feel
I
like you could
guess
absolutely flip that.
I guess it really just depends on what's going on in front of me, like the energy that's being presented to me, like at that moment. Like if I'm with somebody who's like, you know, just going and they're just on it, then like I can try to match that for the most part. But other than that, like I'm just kind of hanging out, you know.
Yeah,
Hmm.
very relaxed on that. Um, Python has a question. What motivates you day by day as a creator? And or how do you deal with the discouragement that comes sometimes with content creation?
What motivates me to keep going is honestly the people around me. The people around, like again, the people around me are the reason that I'm here, and the people around me are the reason that I keep going. Like all my, like I want to see all my friends win. So, and I don't want to get left behind. You know, I want to be able to pull my weight and make sure that I'm a good friend to them. So, in order for me to do that, like I just try to keep going. And what was the second part of that question?
The second part of the question was, how do you deal with the discouragement that comes sometimes with content creation?
Um, I guess I don't really feel too discouraged from like creating content. I guess it just really just depends on what's going on in my personal life, IRL. Like I was through some things a couple months ago, like in my apartment and stuff, with like some family issues going on. So that was like kind of like on my mental a lot. But other than that, like I try not to be discouraged, because again, like there's so many opportunities that will present themselves all the time for anybody. So I always feel excited for the next thing.
Absolutely. Now, I keep on getting distracted by this, so I have to ask, where is your content now, Deco? Because I feel like I keep on forgetting to ask this because I assume we're on.
I do have a TikTok, but I still haven't posted anything on my TikTok yet. But other than TikTok, my content is also on YouTube under the
Okay,
same handle, Sir Deco.
Sir underscore Deco and all
No,
of it. Oh,
on YouTube, I think on YouTube and TikTok, there's no underscore. It's just Sir Deco.
so Deco, that actually brings up a really good question. Where did the origin of your name come from?
So Deco is just a play on my actual name. My real name is Nardeco, but I just changed it up a little bit and then throw it in there. And I feel like the Sir is, it's just a little polite, that's all. It's clean. It's clean.
It really is.
Yeah.
And do you find that you get a lot of people who are curious about that, or do you find it's like that's Deco and they just know it's Deco?
Yeah, I feel like most people they just kind of know. Like other than like, people just mispronouncing the name, which just it kind of goes with anybody's name, some people they just mispronounce names. Mispronounce names all the time, but for the most part, like, I just Sir Deco is just it's just kind of who I am. Like I used to go by like all my other gamer tags and stuff. I used to go by different names, like abbreviations of my name, or I used to go like by Kimo Sabi, stuff like that. But
Yeah,
now that I'm an adult, like I just want people to know like this is just Sir Deco, this is just me.
absolutely. And Deco, I also know you're huge in the community and such. Did you ever try doing any of this stuff by yourself, or has it always been mostly community? Because I know you talked about doing YouTube too.
Well, as far as the YouTube part, that was just more so me just doing that on my own. That was way before I met Tech. That was just something that I just decided to want to do for myself. Because again, I've always considered doing it. It's just I never had that push, and then I eventually like pushed myself. Okay, like I'm just gonna do it. And like I said, you miss all the chances you don't take. So I just decided to start recording myself game, and then I think if I wasn't recording myself on like if I wasn't recording games and posting it on YouTube, then it probably would have taken me some time to also get on Twitch. So I think YouTube was just my first step, and then again I just found Twitch to be a lot easier.
So that was your first pivot.
Yes, exactly. Hmm.
And I know for myself, I always find unexpected things because of pivots. But what are some of the
Hmm.
unexpected things you found?
Mm, I guess literally just streaming as a whole. Like just I never expected the amount of growth that I've gotten from streaming. So like in just streaming has just put my mind in a better mindset. Like since I started streaming, like again, just meeting all the wonderful people that I met, and all the amazing friends that I have now, and all the support I've gotten, like other people just pushing me. I think like I'm more of an external person. Like the stuff around me is definitely a big influence on me.
Okay.
So I just try to like literally put people around me that I want around me that are gonna push me to do better, you know? Because once you're just comfortable and you just kind of chilling, not once you're comfortable, you don't really want to push for more. But when things make you uncomfortable, when people make you uncomfortable, those are like opportunities for you to grow, I feel like.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's going to take us to a couple more questions.
Okay.
Can you name a time without names that you were uncomfortable on stream, and how did you handle it?
Hmm. Uh, I don't think I've ever been uncomfortable on stream, if I'm being honest. Other than, like I said, the couple trolls that have came in and try to talk to me about the game settings and all of that, like even that was like very minor. But for the most
Yeah,
part, I don't think I've ever been like ever uncomfortable. I think I get uncomfortable before I hit the live button. Like even to this day, I still get the go live jitters. Like I
really.
still, yeah, like I still get a little anxious before hitting the live button. But that's just something that because I've been doing it for so long now, it's just kind of like a habit. I just do it now.
Sorry about that. Just going back here to ask this question. So you get kind of there's that insecurity before you got go live. What specifically are you worried about, or what's the things that are in your head kind of going through there that get you a little bit worried?
I guess it's like kind of just like with this interview. Like I'm sitting here watching you before the interview, and it's just just this is the first time I've ever done an interview like this.
You're
So
doing fantastic, by the way.
thank you, thank you. Yeah, this is like my first time doing this, so like I just get it's like I get anxious, but it's also excitement at the same time. I'm just excited to go live and do what I love and play the game and talk to people, talk to my friends.
And I love that you take that external, like the external excitement and
Hmm.
make that part of you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Cause
that's what
then
I,
like, cause once I hit that live button and then like my friends show up and they say hello, like it's just everything's gone. I feel good after that.
so there's that moment where you're like, oh no. And then once you're in there, you're like, I'm
Oh
surrounded by
yeah.
love.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh
We're not
no,
going to
then
worry
it's like,
about
oh
that.
yeah.
As wants to know, has streaming exposed any other insecurities that you didn't know you had?
Hmm. Other insecurities. I guess that's a good question. Uh, I guess just being insecure as far as saying the wrong things maybe to some people, just having the wrong interactions on live where other people can see it. So stuff like that. Like just being like doubting myself, I guess. I guess that's the right word. Like just kind of just I guess I used to take too much time to care about like what other people think about me. But now it's more like I don't really care what other people think about me. I just kind of do what I want. I just do it.
When did that change though?
I'd say that changed probably when I became affiliate, really, and just started having more friends come in and support me. Because it's like I would just when I go live, I could literally just be myself, and having people come in and support me being myself just allowed me to feel free, essentially.
Ooh, I'm sorry, that's good. The fact that you get to feel free
Yeah.
by putting yourself online.
Yep. And again, I
So,
wasn't too big on social media and just online in general, so being on Twitch has definitely exposed me to a lot of that.
so one thing I want to ask is why no social media before this?
I found social media to be a little bit distracting is all. Like it's distracting from IRL. I feel
Okay.
like, like looking at social media or being on social media, like it's fun and all, but then, I guess it came to a point in my life where it was just very distracting for me because it was just a distraction. I wanted to be more present in the moment in my real life with my family and stuff like that, like my job and my other hobbies and such. Like, so when I just took a break from social media, like I think I was off social media for a couple years, so it just kind of like helped clear my mind and get rid of that fog, that brain fog.
Do you feel like that fog has kind of come back since the return of doing all this social media or, the posting content and such?
No, I wouldn't, because even now that I'm on social media, I don't even use it the way that I used to use it. Like now I just use it to support my friends. Like
Okay.
I don't really like scroll or do none of that. Like now I feel like social media is more like a tool. I'm using it more as a tool now than I was back then. Back then it was just like entertainment.
So to paraphrase, social media went from being all about me, myself, and I to here's the community that I'm here to support.
Exactly. Yep.
And community is obviously very important to you.
Yeah, yeah. Literally like I want to see the people around me win. Because if I could see one of my close friends win, then I feel like I'm winning.
Absolutely.
And that's just a
When
good sight.
yeah, when you win, we win.
Exactly. Exactly.
Let me continue going on here. Um, as he wanted to comment, I feel like everyone thinks that your name is from My Hero Academia. Have
Honestly,
you had? Go ahead.
I never watched My Hero until I started streaming. I'm like, what is this? And then I watched it. And I'm like, now I understand. But no, it's not from My Hero. It's just literally a play on my actual name.
I love it. Mineward wants to know what's been your favorite memory since you started streaming and were creating content.
Hmm. My favorite memory. Hmm. I guess like it's not so much memories, it's just the connections that I made. Like all of the friends, like Mind, Quiz, Bustin' Cheeks, Tech the God, like all of these friends that I made, like online, from people that I don't know or didn't meet IRL. Like the memories of these people and the memories that I continue to make with these people, those are my favorite parts. And it's just, I'm excited to continue to make these memories. Really.
Is there a specific one where if I had to go ahead and put a headphone to your head, which one would you choose?
I don't think I could, honestly.
No.
Um,
What was there a
my
couple
favorite.
that would probably be up there?
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I never thought about that. Cause yeah, I don't. It's not that one particular memory. It's just a bunch of memories, like of just like the first time I met people. Like the first time I met mine, I met her in somebody else's stream, and she's ended up. I come to her streams and she comes to my streams, and now me and her are just like very close. And then the people that I met from mine, like Quiz, I met Quiz through mine, and me and Quiz are very close now. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I met Busted Cheeks like in a it was a giveaway. Me and him were like battling for a game and a giveaway. And like he ended up winning the giveaway, but like me and him are like very
But you
close
guys
friends.
both won the
Yeah,
actual.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I really do feel like the supporting aspect also plays into, like you were saying, meeting so many more people. Because that
Yeah.
was something I never saw as part of the streaming aspect until I started doing it.
Yeah, same. I didn't think like again, I didn't think being a streamer involved like doing so much support for others, but it's not like I don't see the support as like a job. It's just something that I want to do. Because again, like I'm all about supporting the people around me. Like I love to see the people around me win and do good and do the things that they want to do and to get excited for the things that they want to create, play the games that they want to create, create the content that they want to do. Like I just love seeing people do the things that make them happy, and that's what makes me happy.
So, so do you view streaming as a job, or is this something that's fun? How do you kind of view your own personal journey?
To me, streaming is very fun. I don't I know it's a job, like, it's kind of a job because it does take effort, you gotta show up and clock in and clock out and all of that, but at the end of the day, like, this is all fun to me. Like, I just wanna have fun doing it, and I'm already doing what I like doing, which is playing the game, and then I'm meeting people, I'm having fun with my friends. It's all been, like, very fun to me.
So post stream, do you feel energized? Do you feel
Yeah.
like you're tired? How do you come out of a stream?
Uh It's kinda hard for me to, like, end streams sometimes, especially when I'm having fun. Like, cause I usually just stick to 2 hours. Cause if I go longer than 2 hours, like, I'm gonna be super tired at work, and
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be tired at work. So, like, I would say definitely streaming. It also depends on the game that I'm playing. Like, some games are very chill and mellow, and then other games, like, I get really engaged with it, and especially when I'm, like, gaming live with friends, like, time flies.
Yeah.
Like, I literally hit go live, and it's like I'm 5 minutes in, and then I look down at my OBS, and it's like, "Oh, we're almost at the 2 hours." Like, I'm
I
sorry.
usually blink and it's suddenly
Yeah.
5 hours later.
Yeah, exactly. Especially, like, those couple, like, long streams that I had. I've done, like, 2 12-hour streams and, like, a couple 6-hour streams, and each one of those, like, time flew by. Like, I never thought I'd do a 12-hour stream before. And when I did, like, the time just flew by, and I'm like, "Damn, we're already at the 12-hour mark. I gotta go to bed."
So what I'm hearing is 24-hour stream wet.
Never. Never. I can't see myself doing it 24 hours. I mean, I don't think I can do it 24 hours.
I feel like you could absolutely, but with work and such, it might be difficult. That
Yeah.
said, when you're not streaming, when you're not working, what are you typically doing, hobby wise or just outside of that?
I'm usually try to hang out with my family a lot, or, like, I'm, like, probably doing something online as far as, like, trading, like, getting into forex and stuff like that, or I'm trying to be, like, outside and being active outside as well. Just, like, playing basketball or just going for a walk or doing something, get some sunlight. Especially being
Touching
at the
grass?
yeah,
What? Who
especially
are
sitting at
you?
especially just being at the computer and getting this artificial light, gotta get some real light.
I mean, I definitely feel like you have to make an effort if you want to go and do actual physical activity. If you want to be in the gym and stuff, you
Mhm.
have to commit.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really go to the gym all like, but lately I've been not going to the gym, but I've been doing like at home exercises and stuff like that. And it's been I'd say that's another thing that's been helping me give myself a lot of energy lately as well.
What motivated that, by the way?
Probably mine. She used to just bully me all the time about, just being a bully. So I just decided, I'm just gonna do it. And also like with herself as well, she talks about doing it. So again, it's that external influence. Having the people around you literally just influence the things that you want to do. Surround yourself with people that are doing the things that you want to do.
I love the positive bullying. You
Yeah.
will be better, damn it.
Yeah, exactly. She's always pushing me to do better. So
Quiz has a question. If you never started streaming gaming, what do you see yourself doing career wise or hobby wise?
uh if I wasn't streaming, I honestly I'd just see myself being like a forex trader. Like that's like something that I'm gonna do whether I'm streaming or not. Like I just want to be a forex trader. I'm into looking at stocks and all of that. So that's no, that's I want to be self-employed. I want to employ myself, and that's another thing that's helped me do that is streaming because I'm on my time and I do what I want.
You want to be self employed so you can spend more time streaming?
Exactly.
What's
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. Because if I didn't have to work 10 hours a day somewhere, then I'd have a different schedule as far as streaming. I might be able to stream more often during the week or something like that. I might be able to make
24-hour
more.
stream coming soon.
I might be able to make more content for myself as well.
Okay. My work would like to know what's the best advice that you have ever been given.
Mm, I guess just literally the title of the stream. Just do it, you know? Just if you want to do something, just go do it. You miss all the shots you don't take.
Who gave you that advice, by the way?
I don't think it's a specific person, but it's just growing up. Probably my dad too. My dad always growing up, it was just me, my dad, and my brother. So he always pushed me to do greater and just to believe in myself and always push for the opportunities that you want in your life to make your life better. So I'd say my dad was a big influence on my life as well. Um, yeah, I'd probably say that's the biggest advice that I've gotten in my life is literally just to take chances and never give up and just do it.
I love that. Now, on the other hand, I'm going to ask this: what is the worst advice you have ever gotten, and what made it worse, or the worst advice?
Hmm. The worst advice I've ever gotten, I don't know, because I feel like if I've gotten bad advice and I've known it was bad advice, I probably just forgot. I forgot about it and did like it never came to my mind again. Like, oh yeah, I'm not doing that, and then I just forgot you even mentioned it. To be honest, I'd have to think about that one. That's a good one.
Okay. Let's see. I'm just seeing if there's any other questions here, guys, as I'm going down. My work wants to know me bullying about what, motherfucker? If you hadn't started streaming or gaming, let's see. So if you hadn't started streaming or gaming, what do you see yourself doing as a hobby or career? We already asked that. I might
Yeah,
have.
yep.
Okay. Yep. Somehow it's somehow repeated. Let me go keep going down. We've come full circle. Well, it looks like we're going to just give a minute here for anyone to ask any further questions. But Sir Deco, as we're sitting here, what's your current schedule for your streams?
As of now, I still stream during the weekdays, after work. So that's about 3 a.m. EST, Monday, Tuesday. Well, I guess Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Tuesday through
And
Friday, 3
yep,
a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That
to
is when you're
5
normally
a.m.
live.
hmm And then sometimes perhaps a surprise stream on the weekends if I'm feeling up for it.
Okay. So weekends
hmm
are going to be a little bit random and such. What are
Yes,
the things
correct.
that kind of help you decide whether you're going to stream or not on the weekend?
I guess it's really just if I have plans or not. If I'm like going to see my family or if I just decide to do some adulting, because during the week, like I'm at work 10 hours and I'm sleep before work, so I don't really get the chance to do too much before work because I just like to hang out and mentally prepare myself for a 10-hour shift.
So, what does an average day look like for you, Deco?
Sleep, work, stream. At least during the week, yeah.
And then, do you
And then
sometimes feel that that's monotonous? Do you feel like you're liking where it's at?
I mean, as of right now, yeah, I'd say right now it's cool because it gives me the opportunity to like lock in with the other things that I want to do, like again with like trading and streaming. So, I mean, like I'm just a person of habit. Like, I like to have structure. So, I guess having that job and then streaming, like it's structured. So, it's helped me like continue to do the things that I want to do as far as like my hobbies and stuff. Because again, I want my hobbies to be like something that actually pays me going forward in life.
So, I like that you also build that structure into your other things as well, whether that's hobby or streaming. The
hmm
structure really does feel like it comes through. And do you feel like you've always seen things as part of this organized fashion, or is this something that you've had to come to over the years?
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely something that's been a part of my life again to thanks to my dad because my dad is pretty much a structured person. Like he always wants things like organ. I wouldn't say he's like a neat freak or anything like that, but he's definitely like a man of routine and all that. So just watching him and him being an influence on my life and it just I feel like just having structure just makes things easier for me, because then I know
Yeah.
what to expect and I can plan things around this structure.
So I'm just trying to think because I know you're saying tech, your dad have been two big guides for you. Who else?
Mine, um,
Mine.
yeah, mine's been a she's been a big help in my life lately. My father, and I guess really just again like the rest of my friends around me. Like I know I keep saying this, but that external influence, just the people around me, just they help keep me going.
Yeah,
Because if I didn't have the external influence, then I'd probably like internally be thinking too much.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I actually want to go a little bit more into that. What do you define as thinking too much?
Just being an overthinker, thinking of all the worst case scenarios, stuff like that.
Is
Just
that
like,
something you often have to fight against?
yeah, yeah, I would say I'm a big overthinker. I think of all the good out possibilities and then all the bad possibilities. And sometimes it could be a bit overwhelming, but at the same time, when I make my decisions, like I've already thought of all the possible outcomes at the same time. So it helps me make a good decision.
Okay. So you don't feel analysis paralysis when that all comes through.
No, no.
Very nice. Well, let me just go on through. What makes you want to, what do you think the creator space is missing right now?
The creator space is missing. Like,
What do you think within there is something that we don't have that we should have more, or that we don't have any whatsoever?
I'm not sure if I understand that question.
Okay. Um, do you think that like there might be aspects that you think we're missing? Like, do you feel like we don't have enough authenticity within the creator space? Is
Oh,
there
oh.
certain aspects that we don't have that maybe we need to have people be more deep thinkers? Maybe we need chaos to be less of a deep thinker. Like, what are the things that you can think of that you think either would be really nice to have or that we may have too much of?
I think I don't think there's too much of anything. I feel like having a lot of things brings a variety. And that also influences like new creators to come out, When people see a lot more different kinds of content or people, like it influences them and it makes them want to create things. And that's just a part of being a human being, Like people just they see things and they become influenced and they want to whether they copy something that they seen or they come up with something themselves. Like as far as like my stream and my brand, like I see people with their own brands and emotes and such like that. So when I started streaming, like I came up with my own brand. I everything for me is like slime related, and I don't see anybody on Twitch with slime stuff. So stuff
So the
like
two
that.
things we're missing is slime and more creativity.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Like whatever it is, like the more the better. I think the more variety, the more influence, the more content, and then it becomes more and more over time.
I want to take this question a little bit further. What do we need to do? Like, what is it that we could do as creators, as streamers ourselves to pull this out and add more of this to, well, the
I
creative
was
space?
I would say just being more supportive of everyone. Like the world is big enough for all of us. If you see somebody out there that's trying to do something, like just help them out. Give them some kind words. If there's something that you can do for this person, like if there's something that you could do for somebody because you want to do it, just like do it. Don't expect something back. I feel like people as a whole should want to look out more for each other. and help each other out more. I feel like if this is the answer to your question, the earlier question, like that's what I think would be. I think people should be more supportive of other creators and just help them do the things that they want to do because that's what you want to do. You should do it because you want to do it, not because you expect something in return. You should just like again, Twitch is big enough for everybody. There's enough people on here to support. There's enough people on Twitch for everybody. Like we should just support one another and just help push each other. Because if again, like I said, with all the people around me, if I see my friends win, then I feel like I'm winning.
Yeah.
So that's how it should be. Like if you could help somebody win, then you're also winning at the same time.
So then are you also looking to see who's struggling, or do you wait for someone to ask for help, or is a little bit of party A, all of line B type things?
For me, I kind of just when I meet people, I just kind of get ideas and I just kind of help them out, like based on the ideas that I get. Like a lot of people don't really ask me for help. I just kind of do it. Like I like all my like for example, like I have all my emotes and such. Like I've made all my emotes for myself, and then sometimes I might have a friend that's got an idea, and I just might make an emote for them, or I might make a picture for them, or I might do this for them, or do that for them. Like I just do that because I want to do that because I want to make them happy and see them win.
So you don't wait, you're proactive.
I'm very proactive. Like if an idea comes to me, I'm just gonna do it. Like I might ask you ahead of time if it's okay, but I'm just gonna do it anyways.
I love the idea of you just being like, I did this.
Yep.
Accept my love.
Yeah, exactly. I did this for you. Here you go.
um, what makes you want to invest your time in someone else's project?
I guess if I can see the vision, if I see the potential in what they're doing, for the most part, like if somebody's got an idea that they believe in, especially if they believe it, then if if s- if you came to me with an idea, Chaos, and you said that this is what you want to do, and I can see that this is really something that you wanted to do, and you're taking the steps to make it happen, then that makes me want to help you.
Ooh. So it's other
Mm.
people coming in with, I want to make this happen, that motivates you to say, let's get this for him.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
Okay. Now, this actually brings us to Python's question here, because I think this is a nice little mixture. Have you
Okay.
considered mixing trading and other hobbies into streaming besides the video games you currently do?
Um, I have not actually considered that. I guess perhaps in the future, if I had the time for it, then I definitely would. As far as the time, meaning like, because when I do like stuff like trading, it's during a different time. It's not
Yeah.
when I'm streaming. So like, if I had that, if in the future when I do have that free time, then it is a possibility. But I hadn't really considered that.
Well, I kind of love the idea of you talking about different company stuff,
Hmm.
doing the investigation and stuff of how what you want to look into
Hmm.
the night before and then potentially doing that. I think Python's got a very good idea on that.
It does.
So,
Yeah.
I was going to say, Mind Warper quiz, please write this down so we can send it to Tico after.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
there's one guy on there's one person on Twitch that I think I follow, and his name's like the stock guy or something. And I think
Yeah.
like Walt rated him one time, and I just followed him because he's like into stocks. But I don't think I could do like live trading because I think there's like some legal issues with that. You know, like you can't like I can't be on there like trading and telling people to do this, take this trade, and people are like using their real money to make money based on what I'm saying online. Like I think there's like legal reasons behind that. So I probably wouldn't do something like that. But if I find in the future that people are interested in what I'm doing as far as my hobbies, and if I bring it on stream and people are interested, then perhaps, maybe like, oh, you guys are interested, maybe we could do this again next week type stuff.
I mean, nothing stopping you from just giving it a shot and seeing what happens.
Yeah, true. Right.
Now, let's just a minute. Quiz would like to know, Deco, when Nickelodeon slime coming to stream?
Oh, Nickelodeon slime. I don't know about that. Not on the street, not with his hair. Can't get no slime in the hair.
That is a beautiful hairstyle, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Actually, mine weren't. That's right. Have you heard of something? So this is just a random spitball idea, but there's something called, I think, like white paper trading, where it's not real money,
Just
and you
like
can
demo
have.
trading.
So yeah, it's like dummy trading. You all start out with 1,000 theoretical dollars and something. Then you
Mm-hmm.
guys could all do trades on that and kind of like analyze that stuff. 'Cause it's just
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be teaching people how to trade and such.
Yeah.
But that might be fun for you to do on stream. I would definitely have some fun. Let's see. Monster Kate would like to offer you some Nickelodeon slime. She has some apparently,
Wow. Okay.
probably in the multiple bags. But well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's all the questions we have. Deco, is there a final message? One last thing you'd like to send to just kind of explain what you do in life, why you do love to do it, and why people should hopefully come check out your channel.
Um, well, first off, I want to say thank you, Chaos, for having me here tonight. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with all of us. Thank you for all the great questions. And
That y'all killed it with the questions. Good job.
yeah, I guess if you guys are up late, whether it's in the morning for you, whatever time of day it is, if you just like a chill, laid back streamer who likes to play games and vibe and have a good time and have good conversations, I'm your guy. Come catch me in 3 in the morning vamp hours.
And again, guys, he is streaming Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard
3
Time.
a.m.
Excuse me, 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Thank you.
Yeah.
3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can find him on Sir Deco, that is with no undercase, on both the Red Y app along with the Song app.
Yes.
I'm trying to be better about not saying the names now.
Oh, you're good.
But yes, all right then. Well, folks, I want to thank you very much, Deco. Thank you for coming in for the interview. We're going to take a quick break here as I kind of get things kind of back to where they should be. And then I need to run through and thank people for raids and stuff, but I will be back here in just a moment. And guys, thank you all for coming to the interview. Massive shout out, Deco, for going ahead and doing this. Killed
Thanks
it,
for having
brother.
me, my friend. Yes, sir. Thank you.
You
Much
are
love to
so right.
everybody.
Tell Deco this just a minute. Thank you for the interview to both. It's been an honor. All I want to say is thank you, Deco, for believing in me and our vision. Grateful to have friends who help keep me locked in, and that's from Mind Warp.
Hell yeah. Likewise, mine. Likewise.
I got you, mine. I got you. All right,
Thank you.
guys, we're going to be going over to this to just our intermission in just a second, and I'll be back here in about 2 minutes. We'll see you in just a second.
Now, hey,